Yep.
Ready?
Sure.
Please be seated. Today's meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is called to order on January 22nd, 2020. Welcome, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Okay. Agendas of today's meeting are on the wall at the entrance to the chambers. Please remember to turn off your cell phones. The Municipal Code Enforcement Board consists of 7 members who are appointed by the City Council, and we serve voluntarily. It is this board's intention to promote, protect, and improve the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Clearwater by providing this equitable, effective, and inexpensive method of enforcing certain codes within the city. The board considers new business items in 2 parts. First, the violation, and then affirmative relief. Formal rules of evidence do not apply, and each side is limited to 15 minutes. However, the board may grant additional time. All proceedings will be conducted in a calm, civil manner. Individuals who conduct themselves otherwise will be asked to leave. If necessary, they'll be escorted from the chambers. Now I ask all who plan to speak, please rise and be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
I do. So affirm.
Thank you.
Our first order of business is to review and approve the minutes of last month's meeting. May I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Is there anyone here to speak to items not on the agenda? Okay. New business. Okay, item 4.1, continued from October 23rd and December 18th, case number 18519. 5 respondents, Renata M. Troller at 1221 Jackson Road in violation of code for exterior surfaces, doors and window openings, and roof maintenance, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Jewett.
How are you today?
Fine.
There it is. Nobody here?
Is anyone here?
Is this a declaration?
It is not.
I'll make a first motion. They're
Okay.
not here, right? I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Good afternoon, Board. Inspector Eric Jewett, City of Clearwater Code Compliance with case number 185-19 for 1221 Jackson Road. We have 3 violations at this property. The first for code section 3-1502B for exterior surfaces, code section 3-1502C1, 2, 3, and 4 for windows and doors maintenance, and 3-1502D1 and D3 for roof maintenance. Notice of violation was sent 7/15/2019 with a compliance date of 8/23/2019, and an affidavit of posting was posted at the home on 9/10. This is the property at 1221 Jackson. As you can see, a lot of issues with the home. There's currently nobody living at the home. The homeowners are from Germany. They are currently in Germany right now. Exterior surfaces, doors and windows, everything just kind of rotting away here as it sits. The roof has tiles missing. They supposedly had that happen during the last hurricane. And they also have a detached garage as well, with the same kind of conditions, peeling paint, doors, windows, a lot of issues with the roof. There was a tenant living in the apartment above and a person living in the garage. They were both evicted out by the homeowner, and like I said, there's currently nobody at the home right now. And again, just more of what was going on. You see a lot of damage to the roof there. The windows were left open according to the tenant to what they call air the place out so it doesn't collect any kind of mold mildew, but as you can see, the the windows were pretty damaged as well. 9/4, I went back to the property. There's been absolutely no change to the property. And on the 17th of this month, went back out. The neighbor to the east of them have been in contact with the property owner, working with them to try and get the property either fixed or sold. We did get an email yesterday. I provided it to Mr. Fuino, saying that it was from the daughter of the property owner, basically saying that she is in the process of trying to get it sold. But it takes some time, apparently, with German laws and whatnot dealing with foreign property. They have to go through the channels. It's like, sort of sounds like a power of attorney issue because the mother still owns the property and she has to get control of the finances to execute on that.
Madam Clerk, I'm sorry. Would you mind maybe putting the email on the overhead and then everyone can read it since we only have one copy? And then we'll pass it on the way.
Is this property the letter we got?
No.
No, different property.
Yeah, this was just, again, from the property owner, or the property owner's daughter, saying that they're working on getting the house resolved. And that correlates to what the neighbors were saying as well, that they're in contact with the property owners, trying to get it sold and over to a new owner so they can take care of the property. I did tell them I would be asking for about 60 days. That will allow the time to get the property sold because it is a foreign asset to them, so it takes a little bit longer.
So the property is abandoned, and there's no one there?
There's no one there. There is services to it, power, I believe water and sewer on, but there's nobody currently living at the home.
What's your recommendation?
My recommendation for the 3 violations is compliance on or before March 22nd of 2020, or a fine of $150 per day per violation, potentially $450 a day.
Do you think they're going to resolve that issue?
I think they're trying to just sell it and try to get a new property owner in there to either demo the home or get somebody in there to repair it. But I think it's just too much of a liability for them. It sounds like the property owner is in ill health, and
my question is whether or not the German courts are any quicker than the American courts. Now,
I don't know what in regards to foreign assets for them. It could
I think
tie
it's
it
more
up.
complex.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I'd go for longer time, or we get the clock running and then deal with it later.
I'll make a second motion.
Okay.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations. There's 3 of them. On or before March 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation. For each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. .2, continued from December 18th, case number 24319, fine respondents C and K of Safety Harbor LLC at 2862 Galta Bay Boulevard in violation of code for development code violation, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight.
I believe Mr. Boozer is present today.
Okay. Sir, will you come up and identify yourself, please, for the record?
My name is Abdi Buzar. I am managing member of C&K of Safety Harbor LLC, and I'm here regarding the case.
Do you admit or deny the allegation?
The question here is, if I can add, is rather confusing, at least for me, and I hope that the board can help me out with this one, because after I received the information, there was I reviewed the code and I reviewed also what was regarding it, and I'm a little bit confused. If the board help me out to understand it, then we can come up to a better conclusion. And that's, so if I wait to hear,
That would be in a little while.
no problem,
Okay,
I can wait.
have a seat.
But did he admit or deny?
Uh,
Was that an admit or a deny?
it was
I'm sorry?
Do you admit or deny?
I would, if the board decides that the code enforcement is right, then I would definitely admit. But if the board decides otherwise, then I shall deny so.
We need one or the other, and then we proceed.
Okay, then let's admit.
Okay, and then, okay.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Knight? Yes.
I think, and I don't mean to, perhaps that was probably more in the motive of denial. And-
Okay.
And why don't we do is, why don't the city present the case, and then the board can decide if there's a violation as occurred.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Board. Daniel Knight. I'm the sign inspector for the City of Clearwater. This is case 243-19 for 2862 Gulf to Bay Boulevard. There we go. There's one violation at the property, and it's for code section 1-104B, B-203A, B-303A, B-303B, and B-303C, which is a zoning violation, business operating at the property without an approved use. Notice of violation was sent on November 30th of 2018 with a compliance date of December 30th, 2018. I did receive the certified mail receipt on December 6th of 2018. This case originally came to me from, let's see if we can get a picture of this is the El Punto Latino. It's on Gulf to Bay on the east side, east of 19, almost to McMullen Booth on the north side of Gulf to Bay. The street that it runs, it's just east of this, is called Elizabeth, and back in there's a residential area. The complaint was that people were parking their cars on all these residential properties late in the night on the weekends and using their properties as the bathroom. So, and they stated that the El Punto Latino was being utilized as a nightclub. Right around this time, police also contacted us, and they had an operation that they did, and they had to shut down the business for a night. I kept in contact with the officer. Eventually, everything got resolved on his side. The business owner did come in and obtain a business tax receipt for a restaurant and bar. So this case kind of got put to the side. It was closed out. Just in November of last year, I received a call from the fire department that the business once again had to be shut back down because there were too many people in the building and there isn't the sufficient sprinkler system in there. So they had to limit the amount of people that were going in. They couldn't have more than 100 people in there. So with that, I reopened the case, and these are my findings. This is from the fire inspector, who is here, Eric, if you have questions for him afterwards. The inside of the building, I mean, there's chairs and seats. They have some roped off sections for their VIP guests or whatnot. This was a search of El Punto Latino on Yelp, and this was for best nightclubs is what I searched. Under the sponsored result, if you click the little I, it says business owners paid for these ads. So when you search nightclub, that means that that business owner is paying to be advertised as a nightclub. This was on El Punto Latino's Facebook page. They advertise multiple things. This is one for one of the parties that they were hosting. This is to show, I wasn't able to get the date on my video that I was going to present to you, but this is just to show that this video was created on November 1st of 2019 at 2:47 p.m. This was also found on their Facebook page.
Looks like a nightclub to me.
This was posted on August 2nd of 2019. I mean, you can see the flashing lights, the dancing. It's not a restaurant that is being utilized as a nightclub with dancing, a DJ. Let's see if we can get out of this. All right, my next photo was, this next video was actually taken from a citizen of Clearwater, I would believe, who was spending their birthday at El Punto Latino on January 5th, and this is what she captured on Instagram.
Dun, 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 dun.
Was that a dog?
Again,
And-
Lights.
Sorry, Inspector Knight, but
Yes.
just for the record, that video shows individuals dancing,
yes, sir.
and it shows bottled drink service,
Yes, sir.
and all the characteristics of what you would normally consider to be a nightclub.
Yes, sir. All right. This was on their Facebook page just recently on January 17th. Sold out Saturdays with DJ John. This was just last week. It's the same promotion, but a different flyer. I did do a call for service for the last year from the police department. I've highlighted all the noise complaints, and I've highlighted all the dates and times. If you look at them, all the dates are on either Saturday night or Sunday morning, and none of them are on a weekday, so this is all happening on the weekends. It's causing issues for the citizens that live behind the property. And I will let you deliberate.
May I ask a few questions, clarifying questions? Inspector, you're familiar with the definition of nightclub within meaning of Article 8 of Clearwater Community Development Code?
Not off the top of my head.
I understand that, but you're familiar with it?
Yes.
All right, and if I read it to you, will that refresh and recollect your memory?
Yes.
Okay. So the meaning is nightclubs means a commercial establishment wherein alcoholic beverages are sold and consumed on the premises and has entertainment, including but not limited to a dance floor, a band, orchestra, disc jockey and equipment, a stage for comedy, theater, or other forms of live entertainment, but excluding adult entertainment. Does that refresh and recollect your memory?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in your measured expert opinion as a code inspector, does the evidence that you've seen, including the Facebook page and the videos that were just shown, meet that definition of nightclub?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No further questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you filed your notice of violation well over a year ago,
Right.
and the reason he's here for is because he filed for something that a restaurant. It's not a restaurant. So
Correct, yes. He did obtain a business tax receipt, the business owner, for a restaurant and bar, which he can gladly keep doing. The use is not permitted to be a nightclub.
right.
It doesn't mean that he couldn't come in and try to apply for that use, but at this point that hasn't happened. The property owner would have to apply for that use, but at this point that has not happened.
Is food being served?
Yes, food is being served.
This gentleman here, he's the property owner.
He is the property owner,
He
yes.
doesn't run the business.
Correct. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right.
Do you know if there's any food service as a restaurant during the day, Daniel?
Yes, during the day, during Monday through Friday, they do operate as a Mexican restaurant. The fire inspector could speak to that as well. But it's these weekend events where they're being utilized as a nightclub that is the issue. If they want to be a restaurant and bar, that's fine, but until that use is changed or they stop doing it, this is a violation.
Okay, let's have him up. Let's have the owner again. Do you understand the situation?
I understand it and was described. At this time, the only thing that I do not dispute what I was told, and if the board decides that the business is functioning as a nightclub, then I would admit to it and there would be no argument. But my argument here is the following. This place is a restaurant who operates from 6 days a week, Monday through Sunday. I'm sorry, they're closed on Mondays, Tuesdays through Sunday. And if you look at their own sign, you can see they have specials for lunch, dinner, and everything else. And I have eaten there a number of times. Now, the part that a little bit confuses me is the fact that if a business is selling more than 51% of their resources on food and less than 49% on alcohol, that is a restaurant bar. This place is a restaurant bar. However, during the weekends, I was not aware of the situation of what I just saw. This was the first time I saw, except there was a video Mr. Knight sent me for August 2nd. This was happened in December, I believe, before I went to a trip. And so I agree that the place should not be a restaurant. It should not be a bar.
A nightclub.
Night bar, I'm sorry. So to that one, the evidence shows it is, so I admit to that one, and there is no question. Now, it's up to board to decide what you like to do. If you, I guess that is, I have
So
to.
what is it? Is it a restaurant or is it a
It is a
nightclub?
restaurant and serves food Monday through Sunday, Tuesday through Sunday, from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. They have their menu. Even the city of Clearwater employees catered from them, and their food is, one thing about them is they are ethnic serving mostly restaurant. And to that end, they have extended hours on Fridays and Saturday. Now, I totally disagree with having a night like what I saw. They have to go. Just, you can be open till 2 o'clock in the morning, just like Hooters next door it is, Smoky Bones down the street it is, across the street Tijuana Flap it is, and go on and on. I don't have a problem with that one at all, but I have a problem with those lights. And the light has to go, everything else has to go back to the position of a restaurant. No argument for
If
me.
that goes, you'll probably get the fire department off your back, because right now you're in their crosshairs, having over the limit of people in there.
That was, the problem there was the fact that apparently he had, when I received the first notice from Mr. Knight, I followed through with it. They had their licenses, they had their liquor license and everything else, so I could not evict them. Indeed, I moved for eviction because I said they are in violation of my lease, which says you shall comply with code. So since then, they were functioning properly, so I don't go at 2 o'clock in the morning somewhere that I'm not invited.
So, sir, you have a tenant that kind of went rogue on you,
Yes,
and unfortunately, the city comes to you.
and I have no problem with that. I have worked with the city many years, and I have complied with all of their requirements. As a matter of fact, Mr. Knight sent me a notice because they put a sign without going and getting permit. I had them to remove it. That's why you saw that the space was without. I try to do my best to comply with all the codes and requirements. And the videos I just saw are totally unacceptable to me. Therefore, I would be, if you choose to move forward however you see fit, the first thing I would do is I would have them to remove all those lights, take all of those bands off, and go back to their business of restaurant. But as a restaurant, they should be entitled to have music for their patrons, and they should be able to have the right to be open late. That's all I was saying. Thank you very much for your time.
So you,
Sorry.
you are prepared to evict them if they don't comply?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mr. Knight, what's your recommendation?
For case 243-19 for the zoning violation, city is asking compliance on or before February 1st of 2020, or a fine of $250 per day that the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the zoning violation by refraining from operating a nightclub at the property, or by applying for and having the use of the property changed, allowing a nightclub to operate, and apply for and obtain all licenses required for that nightclub.
So I just have one question for Mike. Mike, we did have an omit, and we had a first motion. So,
I'll make a second motion.
but is it still an omit?
I'm sorry.
Mike, is it still an omit? Because we made a first motion.
Well, I don't want to speak for the gentleman.
Right.
I think what I heard was if the, at the beginning was that if the city proves that this is a nightclub, he would admit that it was a nightclub. I don't want to misconstrue it. And I think you said at the end the city proved that it was a nightclub, but I'll let the gentleman speak for himself.
If the city approves that's the nightclub, then I have to admit there's some question.
Okay. Okay, can we have a second?
However, may I add something? I noticed.
Sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you just come up to the
Oh, I'm
podium?
sorry. So I wait till it's finished, then I may have to come.
Oh, I'm done.
You are done?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would appreciate if the city gives me the opportunity for a longer period of time to make sure that the inside of this space is in compliance with the restaurant's requirements and or evict him if he doesn't comply. And this is such a short notice, it's 8 days, there is no way I can do anything about it.
How much time?
Legal. I would say till the 1st of March would be good enough.
1st of March?
Yes,
Well, I have a question.
sure.
We're faced with the fact that on Saturday nights, the place is overpopulated, given the occupancy. So what we're doing, if we go to March 1st, is allow that to continue. You know, you can't be partway pregnant, either you are or you're not.
Not only that, it's over a year.
I'm gonna stop them from doing anything immediately.
And that's all we're asking you to do is.
Oh,
stop that.
absolutely.
Regarding getting different license and all, that's another matter.
Oh, no,
You got time on that.
no, I guess I misunderstood the whole concept. I was saying that what I saw, there are lights that needs to be removed. There are banners that has to be removed to get the inside of the restaurant
There's too many people.
to a normal restaurant condition. That was what.
Okay.
But there is going to be, I would not allow any more.
And that's what the city is seeking, that activity stops, okay? And that's gonna stop right away.
That's fine.
Whether he turns the lights on, that's not the issue. But the occupancy needs to be complied with, and it has to comply with the zoning ordinance.
Yes. That one, I have no.
Okay, thank you. One more.
The fire inspector would like to speak.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, my name is Eric Saxon. I'm a fire inspector with the City of Clearwater Fire Department. So I don't have a problem with the fact that it has to be a restaurant, because we have spoken with the occupant to tell him that he's only allowed to occupy the space as a restaurant. Currently, we have come to find out through an inspection that he has done a lot of work inside the restaurant without proper permitting as far as electrical work, raised flooring, and things like that. We have numerous fire violations that he hasn't complied with, which have spanned well over a year now. And in one instance, we even pulled the gas meter to cease him from operating because he was not complying with the fire code. Since then, he only has applied for an online electrical permit, which is not sufficient. And it's just piecemealing, trying to comply with the fire code. If this goes on and he's allowed to operate as a restaurant or go back to business, he's going to have to conform to the fire code because currently, we're looking at possibly closing them down just because of the safety issues out there.
But I think what it is the city has brought the case as a zoning violation, okay? And that's what we're addressing. And you have that option to go shut them down this afternoon. We can't stop you from that.
No, I just.
That's not what we.
No, and I understand, but if you're agreeing for the owner to do the work, I'm totally fine with that. It just has to understand that it has to be done.
Permitted.
Proper permitting, because it has not been done at this.
I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate your information. We didn't know about the raised floor. I'm a former farmer, so I can understand where you're coming from. And it has to be permitted per se. And he's operating really in the wrong contingency of not being properly permitted, even as a restaurant.
Well,
He's posing as a
he doesn't have the number of tables that he shows on a, which is not even an approved seating permit, seating layout. Because I've been there and have noticed the fact that they had taken all the tables and chairs on a Saturday night, and we were there for the occupant load. We were not aware at the time that they were not able to operate as a nightclub. So his tables and chairs were all in the back parking lot. I just want to make sure that the raised floors, and he meets the exiting requirement, because we have an exiting requirement issue right now, the way it's laid out. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, may I make a second motion?
Sure.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent correct the violations on or before February 1st, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Case number 244-19, continued from December 18th. Five respondents, Terragas GV Trust at 2380 Northeast Coachman Road, in violation of code for temporary signs, signs without permits, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Mr. Chairman,
Are they here?
compliance has been met, and the city is asking for a declaration of violation at the
Okay.
property.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit. In this case, the violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. The respondent repeats the violation. The board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Danny, was that one or two violations?
It was 2 violations.
Thank you.
It's unpermitted signs and temporary signs.
And both were compliant, right?
Yes, both, compliance was met on both.
Okay. Case number 247-19 was continued from December 18th, 2019. Five respondents, Danilo Chiavelli and Michael Chiavetti at 604 Mandalay Avenue, in violation of code for sign maintenance, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Daniel Light, sign inspector with the city of Clearwater. This is case 247-19 for 604 Mandalay Avenue. The violation is for sign maintenance, and the city is asking compliance on or before February 22nd, 2020, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation continues to exist. We're asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the liens and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the sign maintenance by repairing the sign so that it's in good condition, free of any damage, rust, discoloration, fading and or peeling paint, or other elements. Removal of the sign will also bring compliance. And here's some photos. This was a Google shot in April of 2015. this Delta Realty sign with the sunset, that's what we're looking at. And then this is what it looks like on 8/15 of last year. And this was 10/15, 10/18, and then on January 16th. So nothing's been done, and it's still in a state of fading discoloration.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't left that land already.
Any communication?
No, I had to post the property with an affidavit of posting. I didn't receive the certified mail receipt back. While at the property, nobody was wanting to talk, so.
I think it's up for sale too.
Yeah,
That's why they haven't done
that would be
anything.
my guess.
Okay. Second motion?
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before February 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation. For each day each violation continues to exist, if fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 4.5 is continued to February 26. Item 4.6, case number 01-20, fine respondents Jennifer Dorman at 710 South Glenwood Avenue in violation of code for hauling trailer and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Hey, Ms. Blitzer.
This is a declaration of violation.
Okay.
I move the fine respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Case number 02-20, fine respondents John and Virginia Capaluzza at 1459 Fairmont Street in violation of code for hauling trailer, residential grass parking, and exterior storage, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is this a declaration?
This
or-
is a declaration.
It is?
It is a declaration.
Okay.
Very nice.
I move the fine respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I love when they do that.
Item 4.8, case number 0420, fine respondents Mamone Enterprises LLC at 701 North Fort Harrison in violation of code for sign maintenance, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight.
I believe that the property owner is here with his attorney.
Okay. And property owner? Hi. Please identify yourself for the clerk.
Your name?
Muhammad Alam.
Okay.
Could you spell the last name?
Alam, A-L-A-M.
Yes, sir.
Jason Goldstein, attorney.
Do you admit or deny?
Deny for the reason that notice was not, he didn't receive the initial violation notice, and as soon as he received notice of this hearing, the deficiency was immediately corrected.
Okay. So he's denying. Okay. You'll have a seat. We'll call you in a minute. Jesus.
All right, board. Daniel Light, sign inspector with the city. This is case 04-20 for 701 North Fort Harrison Avenue. One violation, and it's for code section 3-1502I and 3-1805Q2 for sign maintenance. Notice of violation was sent out on 9/4/2019 with a compliance date of 10/19/2019. I did receive the certified mail receipt back signed, stating that the notice was received by the property owner. This was on 10/21. It's this freestanding sign. In this picture, you can see that the face panel is missing, and then also the sign structure itself is fading, and there's some rusting. Here's a better shot of that. It just needs some maintenance. This was on 10/21. On 11/25, no changes had been made in the same condition. And then on 1/15, I actually was out there, and the property owner was there with a gentleman that was installing this sign. We talked. I told him that he still needed to paint the structure, get that rust gone, but we're heading in the right direction. And he said, okay. So at this point, the new sign face is on there, but that rusting, faded, peeling paint still needs to be resolved. And then I went back by yesterday, and it's still in the same condition.
May I ask a few clarifying questions about the notice? And Mr. Knight, did you send the notice to the owner's mailing address according to the property appraiser's website?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that is 6625 4th Street North, St. Petersburg, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you received a certified mail return receipt back, and I'll hold it up, and it's a part of the copy, and that's what it looks like?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and just under the statute, is that what you're required to do to send notice of violation?
Correct.
Thank you, no further questions.
So you're saying the deficiency is not corrected?
I'm sorry?
The deficiency has not been corrected?
Correct. The face panel, new face panel has been put in there, but the sign structure itself still needs some paint. That rust needs to be removed, and then sign maintenance will have been in compliance.
Okay, thank you.
Have you ever seen this notice of violation before?
No.
So the notice of violation that directs a deficiency to be corrected by October is not identified as a certified mail document. The notice of the hearing today is identified as a certified mail document, and we do have a copy of the certified mail return receipt for the hearing notice today. As soon as this was received, my client brought me the photo of the sign, and at which time he immediately, within 5 days, had a new sign put up. That was the only deficiency that he knew about the sign. So he had that done. As far as the sign itself, it's painted a brown color. The entire sign is painted a brown color. If there's another requirement now that the sign needs to be painted, he wasn't advised of that, but he's ready, willing, and able to have the sign painted immediately to also comply with this new requirement. But he was under the understanding, once he received the notice of hearing today, that the deficiency was the actual sign itself that was missing, which he had corrected.
I have a question, if I may.
Yes.
The green card that was signed and returned to the city received it on the 11th of September. Who signed that? Was it the owner?
The address that's on the notice is another business address. It's another business address, another convenience store.
Oh, but who signed it? The city received it back on the 11th of September.
We don't have a copy of that. I don't know.
The city.
May I ask a question? All right, Sheriff, this is to the property owner. Is your mailing address on the property appraiser's website 6625 4th Street North, St. Petersburg, Florida 33702-6840?
This is
Is that the mailing address that you have on the property appraisers?
corporation address, the one.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's all I need to know. Okay.
And I have a question for Mr. Knight. Mr.
Wait a
Knight,
minute, I didn't get my question answered. Who signed that card that the city received on the 11th of September?
We don't have the card. It's
It's been returned to the city.
Hey, we have it right here. Whose signature is on there?
Do you know who that is?
That's odd.
Maybe my employee.
Was that card mailed to the proper address?
His business address is 6625 4th Street North.
Is that what that says?
Yes, that's the address
And
that's on
there's a
this card.
signature on there, and somebody took the time to send it back to the city.
Yes.
So my
Well,
question is, who is that person?
But that's what I'm saying, is that he has employees that work at another store there. That's another store location. He has employees that work there who, he never got the notice. So,
No, wait a minute, whoa, I'm not done here.
I'm not,
Whoa, we're still on my question.
I'm not arguing with that it's not his responsibility. I'm saying that he didn't get the notice, and when he got the notice of this hearing, he immediately fixed the deficiency.
Yeah, but I'm going back to that notice that was sent to the city. That's proof that the city did its job, reaching out that, hey, there's a violation here.
But
And you're denying this case, saying that,
I'm denying because the notice of violation isn't identified as a certified mail, so we had no idea that this document even existed. Whereas the notice of the hearing is identified as a certified mail return receipt.
who signed that one that the city got?
There's not, it's a scribble, there's not a name.
Well, who scribbled it?
And just to be
Do you know, for the record, do you know whose signature that is?
I don't know that.
That doesn't make sense to me. Who would take the time to do that?
I don't know.
Signed and it gets sent back.
Maybe this my
It doesn't
employee.
matter.
This
It's not in
sit down.
compliance.
Madam
Yeah,
Chair.
right, okay, I'll let it go.
Madam Chair, can I speak?
I withdraw my question.
I think, can we simplify this real quick? I mean, whether you got it or not, or somebody else signed it, you took your time within 5 days, fixed what you thought was fixing the problem. The city's probably going to sit here and give you more time to what needs to be paint on a paintbrush and paint a pole, and you seem willing to get that done. So can we move forward without all this middle talk? Let's see how long we're going to give them, and then you're willing to paint the sign because that's all that's wrong with it, and we'll move
That would
on
be that.
as well.
Mr. Knight, was that made clear from the very start that besides the panel being replaced, there was also
Doesn't matter.
the rust
Opens a can of
I'm
worms.
very specific in my, specifically that go out to each property owner, and in there it does state that rust, fading paint needs to be corrected.
I guess in fairness, the miscommunication is if he got the original notice, then he would have known what he needed to do. As soon as he got the notice of this hearing, he assumed that he needed to fix the glass that was missing out of the sign.
Okay. If you'll just have a seat, we'll hear what the recommendation is, okay? It should be a cut and dried thing.
Yes, ma'am.
We need a motion.
I think did we ever give a first or anything? Do you need one?
No, he denied.
We need a first.
I'm going to
You
make the
first.
motion. Okay, he denied, but I'll make it. I move to find respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. There you go.
It's the impeachment hearing.
Recommendation for case 04-20 for sign maintenance. The city is asking compliance on or before February 22nd of 2020 or a fine of $150 per day that the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for sign maintenance by repairing and or replacing the freestanding sign so that it's in good condition, free of any damage, rust, discoloration, fading, and or peeling paint or other elements.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
okay.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct a violation on or before February 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation, there's only one, continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Does that make sense and clarify?
It does, just for clarification, though, we're talking about,
I'm sorry, I just need you to put it on the microphone. Thank you.
we're talking about just painting the sign is the only deficiency left at this current time. Because it's
Removing the rust and making sure that the sign, which includes the sign structure, doesn't have any faded or peeling paint.
That's just common sense, Counselor. You remove the rust first and then you paint.
Yeah. And if you
Well,
have any
I
questions,
understand that, but it's the order recites the language of the statute, which can be interpreted in many different ways. So if the complaint is that it needs to be de-rusted and painted, then I need to have that clarified, so he knows exactly what he's to go do.
And Mr. Knight
I
is
just
available
did.
for questions. right?
And then he will give you
Move the rest. That's common sense. We all know how to do that. We don't need.
I don't want to be back here, that's all.
We don't want you back here.
Oh, blame me.
Mohammed, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
And when it's done, let Mr. Knight know.
Yes, please.
Item 4.9, case 0520, 5 respondents, Suzanne Connolly Jones at 2950 Gulf to Bay Boulevard in violation of code for temporary signs and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Compliance has been met and the city is seeking a declaration of
Okay.
violation.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 4.10, case 6-20, 5 respondents, A5Js LLC, care of Shepherds of Christ Ministries at 2620 Drew Street, in violation of code for sign maintenance and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Compliance has been met and the city is seeking a declaration of violation for the property.
Is someone here to represent the?
Let her read it.
Motion?
She's gonna,
Don't wanna
she's
do
not
it?
ready. No.
You need a
I
motion?
move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion
carries. Item 4.11, case 7-20, 5 respondents, 19042 U.S. Highway 19 North LP at 19042 U.S. Highway 19 North in violation of code for prohibited signage and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Compliance has been met at the property and the city is seeking a declaration of violation.
Okay.
I move the fine respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, board.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
412, case number 8-20, 5 respondents, Odd Holdings LLC at 1277 South Highland Avenue, in violation of code for sign maintenance and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Where did you think you were going?
Oh, that's why. Property has met compliance and the city is seeking a declaration of violation.
Okay.
Very nice.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now you may leave.
Daniel, now you can go.
Now I'm good. Thank you, board, again.
Wait a minute. Gotta check.
Item 413,
Well settled down.
Thank you, Daniel.
case 920, 5 respondents, James Hoy and Carol Kirtley at 1007 Pine Brook Drive in violation of code for short-term rental and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Madam Chair, this will be a declaration violation, please.
Very nice.
I like the way you guys are doing this.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the resident repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 414, case 1020, 5 respondents, Loa Soft LLC at 109 South Meteor Avenue, in violation of code for short-term rental and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Madam Chair, this will also be a declaration.
Thank you.
I move Go ahead.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Case 1120, fine respondents Wixon Vane at 1035 Sediva Street in violation of code for short-term rental, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Madam Chair, this will also be a declaration.
Oh, good, I get to do it again. I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Case 1220, fine respondents.
You got all the names today.
Um,
Beautiful ethnic names, how nice. I just don't know how.
I can't pronounce it.
Alexander.
Exactly, okay.
Sade.
Yeah, 1216 Nelson Avenue in violation of code for residential rental, business tax receipt, and short-term rental, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Oh, she's up.
Oops.
So I thought the owner was here. Okay.
Is this a declaration?
No, sir.
No, so, are they here? No?
No.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Well, good afternoon. Julie Phillips, Code Inspection Specialist with the City of Clearwater. This is for 1216 Nelson Avenue. My recommendation for case 12-20, there are two violations. One is for illegal short-term rental and business tax receipt required. I'm requesting compliance on or before February 1st, 2020, or a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day the violation continues to exist. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the illegal short-term rental by renting the property at least 31 days or 1 calendar month, whichever is less, and by removing all daily and weekly rental rates or advertisements, and by adjusting all websites and calendars to reflect the 31-day or 1 calendar month rental requirement. Compliance can be met for the business tax receipt by filling out an application and paying the required fee. This is a picture of the property advertised on the Airbnb website, which was taken September 20th, 2019. As you can see, for availability, they're offering a one-night minimum stay. I was able to book the property September 22nd through the 24th. And as you can also see, it's been rented 3 times on August 19th. And again 4 times in September. The owner currently lives in Canada. They do have a new representative. I was advised by them there in Tampa that the house is currently vacant and they filled out an application for a business tax receipt. So I don't see any future problems. However, they're not in compliance right now.
It's still 2 violations, right?
Correct.
Where is 1216 Nelson in this?
This is actually located between Highland and Keene and north off Palmetto.
Highland?
So kind of in the Flagler area, if you're familiar with that. So if you're going down north on Highland Avenue, you would be making a right on Palmetto, and then it's further north into that neighborhood around the lake.
Okay.
How do you find these? The beach, I understand, but these that are far from the beach?
Well, normally I have
Complaints?
citizens that call in, neighbors that call in that don't know who's renting beside them. I mean, if you pull up Airbnb or any of the websites, and you can certainly search them out yourself, but most of them are turned in by
I
other
ask you a
citizens.
question. So I have friends, and
Oh, we're glad to hear that.
when we talk, they think, oh, Airbnb's the greatest thing, you know? And then when I throw in my 2 cents and tell them, hey, you know, in Clearwater anyway, you can't advertise for less than 30 days, or it'll cost you, you know, they think I'm crazy. So why isn't the public, because this is ongoing now, all the beach communities. So how do we educate the people?
Well, if they educate, certainly through the city of Clearwater, we're educating them right now on TV.
Right.
They're welcome to come in.
Exactly.
You can certainly look at your local laws, and there was a discussion yesterday before the legislature, so there's lots of ways that they can find out. But calling your local municipality, I would start there.
When they get hit in the wallet, they find out.
Absolutely.
That's
The
true.
Chamber of Commerce could have a lot to do with that, too.
And
The realtors.
I mean, we
really,
had some
not
stiff
even
fines here.
realtors, because I know lots of young teenage people who are going to throw a party. All they have to do is call an Airbnb, and if it's got an open night,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
rent it.
Airbnb, it's all the rage now,
It sure is.
yeah.
Okay.
As a realtor, I work with many, investors, and while I'm pro-investor for the good they bring to the community, I'm very much against short-term rentals in residential neighborhoods, and I had to experience that myself, where a neighbor whose husband was dying, we had one right across the street, and she was very upset because there was a frat party or something going on one night. They booked it for 3 nights, and that's not acceptable in a residential neighborhood.
But it's a very common thing
Who
happening.
wants that next to you? Nobody does.
Nobody.
Indian Rocks Beach is going through that.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can't solve it today.
Nor can we solve it for Indian Rocks Beach.
Need a second?
Okay. I thought we did that.
Second motion.
Okay, sorry.
I moved and enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before February 1st. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Case 1325, respondents Alexandru. Yeah, right. Sajia and
Maylee Win.
Nugent.
Win.
Yeah, right. 416
That's
North
also-
Washington Avenue.
No, it's Win. That's how it's pronounced.
In violation of code for short-term rental and issue an order with compliance deadline if compliance is not met.
Madam Chair, this is also a declaration.
Oh, good. I would hate to struggle with that name some more.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Case number 1420, 5 respondents, Thomas J. Allen and Carl M. Plume at 1975 Druid Road East in violation of code for fences and walls and roof maintenance, and issue an order with compliance deadlines and fine if not met. Are they here?
No, the property is in compliance right now. It is a
Declaration?
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 5 respondents, Patrick Panato and Lisa Beauchamp at 1552 South Prescott Avenue in violation of code for hauling trailer and residential grass parking, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Please identify yourself for the record.
Yes, I'm Patrick Donato. I own the property, 1552 Prescott Avenue.
Okay. Do you admit or deny?
I admit.
Okay. If you'll have a seat.
I
Okay.
move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Inspector Yusuf Toure of City of Clearwater Code Compliance. For case number 15-20 at 1552 South Prescott Avenue. Recommendation for this case, where it's only one violation. Compliance on or before February 22nd, 2020, or a fine of $150 each day the violation continues to exist. We're asking the board to authorize the following. after 3 months from the recordation date of such lien. If the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
What do they need to do to meet?
You have any pictures?
Well,
Yes, I do.
First, let's have him say what needs to be done.
Compliance can be met for residential parking by parking on an approved and permitted surface and screening the trailer with a 6-foot hedge, fence, or wall.
So it's one
One violation.
violation for the hauling trailer that's parked. Is it for the hauling trailer, or is it for parking?
Yeah, you have two here and one on there. Is it just one for clarification?
There's just one here.
Hauling
We said
trailer.
we have hauling trailer and residential grass parking, so that would be two separate violations.
Yes, I'm counting them as one violation.
Just the one?
Yes.
So the one is the parking on the grass?
Yes, residential parking.
I'm confused. I thought he had to hide the trailer.
Yeah, talk to the owner, let's bring him.
Okay.
Patrick?
Patrick,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you have to say?
Well, it's not a hauling trailer, it's a boat trailer, there's a couple sea-doos, and it's, I've lived there for 27 years, and my property's 130 feet deep, and it's way to the back of the property. It's an excessively long trailer, because I haul 4 sea-doos on it. It's 20 feet long, but it's not a hauling trailer.
Well, you all cities, that's hauling.
Pardon me?
You all
Oh,
4
stop.
cities, that's hauling.
Yeah.
What about the grass parking?
Anyway, I can comply by the 22nd if that's what it is.
We never saw a
I'm
picture,
willing
so
to do
I
that.
don't.
Pardon me?
We didn't see a picture.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, let them show us the picture, and then we'll have more input.
Or not?
So you parked that trailer behind the house, is that what you're saying?
It's in the backyard, so it's,
Yeah, okay.
it's in the southwest corner. It's 8 feet back.
Yes. This is 1552 South Prescott Avenue. This is where the violation exists. And as you can see, the trailer is way back there. When I saw it, I felt like it's too big to be a ski trailer, and it appears to be a hauling trailer. This picture was taken on 11/8/2019. 11/19/2019, and on January 10, 2020, I went out there and I posted the notice of a hearing. And this picture was taken this morning, and the violation still exists.
May I ask a few questions of the inspector, just to clarify? So now, Inspector, a property owner can park a hauling trailer or a boat trailer or whatever it is on grass, provided it's in the backyard and there's a 6-foot high fence in the front. Is that what you're saying?
It can be parked on an approved surface.
Well, let's walk through it step by step. Now, it could be on grass in the backyard, as long provided there's a 6-foot high fence in the front. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. It could also be on an improved surface.
That's correct.
And what is an improved surface?
It could be pavers, concrete, or asphalt.
So the gentleman can comply by either by keeping the hauling trailer or the boat trailer, whatever you want to call it, where it is, and putting a 6-foot high fence up. That's one way he could comply, right?
Yes.
Or he could take the hauling trailer or boat trailer and put it on one of those 3 approved surfaces. What, the pavers?
But that will require a permit, because he needs to meet the setbacks.
Okay.
he also can put up a hedge instead of a fence.
Yes, if he has a 6-foot high hedge.
A hedge, yeah, that's
Or
considered a
then he can't
fence.
get the trailer out. Are we sure that, I thought even with a fence, 6 foot, that it had to be an approved surface?
Yes, it has to be.
It has to be approved surface whether there's a 6 foot high fence there or not. So it's not or, it's and,
Yes, it is.
correct? Okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if Mike caught that or not. If you look at the notice of violation that Yusuf provided, grass parking, you can only park one vehicle in the grass if it's parallel and adjacent to the driveway only. We do not allow vehicles to be parked in the grass, and that's one of the issues that this gentleman was cited for. You can have a trailer parked in the backyard if it's on an approved surface, like Yusuf said, whether asphalt, pavers, or concrete, but it also needs to be screened with a 6-foot hedge fence or wall. The way it is parked right now is not in compliance.
Thank you.
Sir, you said in the beginning you could comply.
I'm willing to comply, but the either or is what I'm confused about.
Yeah, I'm confused.
No, it's and. So you need to have
It's and and and. It's a,
You need a fence.
There's no
Because
or.
you can't put a hedge there, you can't get your trailer out. So it's a fence is your answer probably. So put a 6 foot high fence as well as an approved surface that it's on. And you can't just put an approved surface on your own. You need to go through the correct permitting steps to have that done.
You need to, gonna have to
That
get a
makes sense?
permit.
So you gotta do both. And you have to have a permit for both, so work with Yusuf and get the correct permits to do both.
for pavers and a permit for,
Right.
now, what is this, an approved surface? Does it have to be just under the wheels? Does it have to be on the total, the trailer's
No,
20 by 10?
when you-
So does it have to be a 20 by 10 surface, or does it have to be
Permitting process will
a
give you
driving,
those
a
deadlines.
driving?
When you go for the permit, sir, they're gonna give you that information.
They'll give you all
okay?
the requirements.
They will do that. However, we're talking about 4 weeks for him to get a permit, and I don't
It's not
think
enough
that's
time.
a sufficient amount of time for this gentleman. I think we should give him a little more time.
Agree.
Yeah, makes sense.
You okay with that?
Yes, sir. I'm
How
100%.
much time?
Pardon me?
How much time?
90 days.
I'm okay with that. It's up to the board as a whole. you know?
90, 60, 90.
It was an issue.
About 60
I go
days.
60.
How about 60?
Going
About
once.
75.
I don't do odds.
Are we in Vegas again?
Can always go back to where
So that'd be March 22nd.
60 days should give you ample time. If not, you maintain contact with the inspector, they will work with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay?
Can I have a motion?
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before March 22nd, 2020. Okay? If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150. I think that's what the city had.
Yes.
Per day per violation. For each day each violation continues to exist, if fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such a lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien. Okay? Good luck. And you know...
Do I have a second?
Oh,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Use
carries.
your lifeline. He's your communication. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, man. Good luck.
Do we have a vote?
We just did.
Yeah.
We just did.
Yeah.
Were you?
Second motion? Okay.
Yeah, we got a second on the vote.
Case 1620, fine respondents Wells Fargo Bank National Association Trust care of Owen Loan Servicing at 1001 Pinella Street in violation of code for exterior services, door and window openings, roof maintenance, and abandoned building, and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
All right, good afternoon. Daniel Cashman, Code Enforcement Inspector for the City of Clearwater. Hope everyone's doing great today. This is for 1001 Pinella Street. There were 4 violations there for door and window maintenance, exterior surfaces, it's abandoned, and roof maintenance. I'm requesting compliance on or before February 22nd of 2020, or a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day the violations continue to exist. I'm asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
You need to say what they need to do to comply, please.
Compliance can be met for the exterior surfaces by cleaning and removing any chipping and peeling paint and repainting. Compliance can be met for roof maintenance by repairing the failing porch ceilings and removing the tarp from the roof. Compliance can be met for doors and windows by repairing and replacing all missing and damaged windows and by removing all plywood from windows that have been boarded up. Compliance can be met for the abandoned building by turning on the utilities and having the building occupied.
Have you spoken to the owner?
No, but I got the green card back signed. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like they're trying to sell it right now, and maybe they're banking on the fact that somebody's going to buy it before they run out of time.
You have pictures?
Would help. A lot of things wrong.
This is when I initially went by the home on November 1st of 2019. Just from looking from the front, they have a bunch of windows boarded up. Around here, they have chicken wired these windows shut. There's a large tarp on the roof. The porch is failing. On the north side, they got some exterior surface issues with just grime and chipping and peeling paint. This is when I went up closer. I took a little peek inside the window. It doesn't look like they have a floor in there anymore. This would be the west side of the house, boarded up windows, more windows with wire over them. That's a more close-up look at the damaged front. And this is again on the west side. This is the secondary porch. Both the ceilings are collapsing. They have a boarded up window over there. You can see the tarp a little bit better. I went back in December, a month later. Still real no change. This is just a closer look at the steps. Doesn't look like they have electric either. This is the pulled utilities. They've been cut off since 2012, so there's nothing running there.
Wow.
Just more pictures of the ceiling.
Is this a repossessed home?
I think it was a foreclosure, and the bank just has it, and they're just not deciding to do anything with it. I tried calling. There was a number on the front of that property management company. Left a bunch of messages, tried to understand what their plan was, what was going on. Nobody ever called me back or tried to get in contact with me.
Anyone from the realtor try to call you back?
No. Surprisingly, no one's tried to contact me, but they've accepted the notices of violation.
Maybe this will get their attention.
Maybe. And this was just another set of photos taken yesterday. Looks like they repaired a little bit of that front porch area. Still pretty much the same, chicken wired shut, collapsed ceilings, boarded up windows, and the utilities are all still off, so same case.
And nobody's lived in there at all.
If people are squatting in there, they might be, but I wasn't gonna walk inside and check it out myself.
No, we wouldn't want you to do that.
Okay. Have a motion?
I'll make a second motion.
Okay.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before, what'd you say, February 22nd? If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation. For each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't that next week? Yeah.
Okay. Case number 1720, fine respondents Anastasis Surveys and Dina Surveys at 801 Barber Drive in violation of code for clean roof and public health, safety, or welfare nuisance, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
They are not here, Board.
Okay.
I move to find a respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Afternoon, Board. Ryan Odegaard. This is for case 801 Barber Street, case 17-20. There's 2 violations for roof tiles covered in dirt, mold, and mildew, and an unmaintained swimming pool creating a public nuisance. I'm requesting compliance on or before February 22nd, 2020, or a fine of $150 per day per violation that the violation continues to exist. After 3 months of recordation from the date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
Compliance can be met for the roof by pressure washing and cleaning the roof to ensure that it is free of all dirt, mold, and mildew. And compliance can be met for the pool by cleaning and maintaining the pool on a regular basis to ensure it does not create a public nuisance or breeding place for flies, mosquitoes, and/or other insects. I actually spoke to the gentleman yesterday for the first time in 4 months, and he's in pre-foreclosure, so he's kind of in limbo, doesn't want to do anything to the property, so I reached out to the bank and talked to the property management company that's kind of working, and they said that they will try to remedy these. So I'll just keep up with them. But as for pictures, this is just east of Belcher Road, south of Druid, just kind of give you an overview of where it's at. This is when I first initially went out to the property on October 23rd. Those are white tile roofs, and as you can see, they're just black from mold, mildew, and/or dirt. Just another shot of them. This is looking through the fence on the north side of the property. You can see the pool, it's just black. Again, I went out on the 25th, no change in the property. I posted it on the 3rd of December. And when I went out yesterday and spoke with the gentleman, he actually allowed me access into the back of the property. And as you can see, here's the pool. It's just completely black. There's probably about 2 feet of leaves and dirt in the bottom of it. Another shot of the pool.
That pool, that is fenced in though, isn't it?
That pool is fenced in. I asked him if there's any way he could drain it, just as a quick fix for it. He said he doesn't think the pool pump would work, plus the amount of dirt and leaves in the bottom of it, it would just clog it up.
And he's occupying the home?
He is occupying the home.
Okay.
And again, the roof and tiles yesterday when I went out.
I didn't see a bird cage there. It looked like it was just open.
No, it's not a bird cage. The question was asked if it's fenced in, and it is fenced in.
Is the fence solid?
Yeah, yes, you can
That's
see
good.
in the back right there,
I don't
it is
see it.
fenced in all the way around.
In the other pictures it showed it.
Oh, too bad you can't zoom that.
Like a little room.
That's mold on that roof?
Yes, mold and mildew.
He's living there.
Really, it looks like it's painted black.
You would think.
You said east of Belcher off of Druid.
East of Belcher Road and just south of Druid.
East
His
of
property,
Belcher.
the north side of his property butts up to Druid Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in the Grovewood Estates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
right.
nice area.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah, Grovewood, metal. I live in
I
Morningside.
think there's also a lot of mildew underneath the roof above the awnings as well.
Okay, can I have a,
Second.
yeah,
Move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before February 22nd. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Case number 1820, Gary English and Connie Martino at 3131 Downing Street in violation of code for RV parking and boat trailer parking, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
He was here, and I see his stuff is still here.
We can go
Yes.
here.
Mr.
Everybody
McIntosh,
in the room.
you've waited long enough.
Go figure.
Mr. English? Please identify your name and address for the record.
My name's Gary English. I'm owner of property at 3131 Downing Street.
Do you admit or deny the allegations?
What are the allegations?
That you're in violation of the code for RV parking and boat trailer parking?
I deny that.
Okay, if you'll have a seat, we'll listen to the inspector.
Madam Chair, we are requesting a declaration on the RV. When I went out to the property, he has corrected that.
Okay. And the boat trailer?
We are still proceeding with that one.
Okay.
Again, Ryan Odegaard, this is case 18-20 for 3131 Downing Street. Number of violations was 2, code section 3-1407 A3A for a boat inside or rear setback not screened by a fence, wall, or hedge, as well as code section 3-1407 A2D, and this is what we are requesting a declaration of violation for. This was for an RV in area between the principal structure and the street right-of-way. Notice of violation was sent on October 3rd, 2019, with a compliance date of November 2nd, 2019. Certified mail receipt, I received it back on 10/15/2019. The owner refused to sign for it. And affidavit of posting was done on November the 5th of 2019. Overview of this property: if you go just east of McMullen Booth and north of Gulf to Bay, you can see it's highlighted there. And when I first arrived at the property, just multiple boats on the property, an RV between the house and the right-of-way, and then grass parking of a vehicle. Just another shot of the RV, and just a shot showing where the vehicle is parked as well as the boats. I went back out to the property on November the 4th. No change had been done at that time. I posted the property on the 5th of November. Another shot showing that. When I went back on November the 19th, he had moved the RV and one of the boats to the property adjacent to him, so they are no longer on his property. So he cleared up that violation, but the one boat, the one that you see in the picture on the left side, that is still on his property. And again, I just went out yesterday, and it is still remaining on the property in the exact same location.
Can I have a declaration for the RV issue?
I move to find, this is case 1820. I move to find a respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. This is for the RV only. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Okay. Okay, Mr. English?
I have a question.
We
Need a vote.
Second and a
Second.
vote.
I have a second.
We have the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If the vehicles or the stuff in question was moved to a different property, are they in violation?
It
They're
doesn't matter.
not with the city of Clearwater. Where Mr. English's property, excuse me one second.
Oh, I love
That's
this.
from the county.
Where Mr. English's property is located, everything around him that you can see right here that I'm highlighting is all county property. He is the one property that is City of Clearwater.
Got it.
And so he has spoke to the owner of the property adjacent to him and asked if he could park the vehicles, the RV and the boat there.
Good.
And she is allowing him to do that.
You have washers and dryers too.
What? No washing.
Oh, there's a story about the guy that did that.
Oh, okay. I have a letter here that explains more than I could verbally. Can I bring that forward?
We'd rather hear from you, though. And
Now,
you're
sir,
on
could
board.
you speak into that mic?
Oh,
Just read it to us.
where is it? Right here.
That's it.
It's right
I could read the letter if that would be. Okay. I've resided at 3131 Downing Street since 1976. Downing Street's a total of 1 block long. And I live on the west end of the street, which is primarily county properties. My house is the only property on the south side of the street on the west end that's in the city of Clearwater.
That's funny.
Obviously, because the owner previously decided to hook up to city sewer. That's the only reason I'm in the city. I'm surrounded by county properties both east and west. On the north side of the west end, there are 2 homes in the city. All others are county properties. I've kept my 23-foot boat on the side of my house since 1978. The boat's for sale because I have a 26-foot boat on the side under a metal carport. I know or am friends with probably 80% of those that live on Downing Street. None has ever expressed a concern to me about keeping a boat there. Only part of this is the new boat I have is 3 feet longer than the old one. The front of the trailer is 25 feet from the roadway. You can keep a 20-foot boat, which would be in the driveway, and the trailer would be about 8 feet from the road. I'd like the city to consider a variance and allow me to continue keeping the boat in place where one over 20 foot long has been for 42 years. I'm retired from being a working man on fixed income, and to move the boat back some 10 feet or more would require moving the air conditioning unit, the electrical, the refrigerant piping, 2 fence sections, and building probably 70 feet of fence. In no way do I believe it negatively impacts property value, or do my neighbors have a concern of any type that I know of about this matter. Heck, back when I moved there, the end of the road, this end of the road was a dirt shell road. It wasn't paved till about some 20 years ago. So my end of the street is not Bel Air Bluffs or Allen Estates, you might say. And it's treated more like county than it is city, as I'm the only one on that side of the street, on that end, that's in the city. That's all I have to say. I have a picture of each boat, if you'd like to see that.
Would your neighbor allow you to park that boat on her property or his?
Main agreement, I pay her to keep the other boat and the travel trailer. They're both for sale. I just haven't sold them yet.
Sir,
Were you annexed to the city, or is that just the way it was?
It was added to the city.
Did they put a sidewalk and a street light in for you?
No. The street light is between my property and another, but no sidewalk.
the previous owner got annexed so they could tie into the sewer system.
Originally, it was on a septic tank.
Yeah.
He paid to connect to city sewer, and I guess that's what annexed my home into the.
So, sir, for you to obtain a variance, we have nothing to do with that. You have to apply to the city for that, okay? And where you are now is, you're the only one there, but they've got your address. So you're gonna have to comply because they can't make the exception. But I would encourage you to apply for variance and maybe you can get it.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Worth the try.
Pardon me?
It's worth the try.
Yeah, I feel your pain, you know, I see that all over. I did 35 years of construction in this county, and it just amazes me where the cutoffs are, you know, especially between Clearwater and Largo.
Yeah, just a little notch on it.
Yeah.
Only one on that end.
And you're yellow in that. What is the compliance date on this?
Compliance date that I gave was February 22nd of 2020.
We haven't got,
If I'm
we need a motion if in violation or not
Yeah.
first.
I need a first motion on the RV.
First motion.
I move to find and respond in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
For the boat.
This is only for the boat trailer.
For the boat trailer.
Yeah, we did a declaration on the RV.
Okay.
Second on that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
I guess we need to hear the city's recommendation.
Okay, so my recommendation for case 18-20, again, 2 violations: the boat parked in side yard not screened by the fence or hedge, and then the RV principal structure in the right of way, but that was a declaration. We are requesting compliance on or before February 22nd of 2020, or a fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. And compliance can be met for the boat by moving the boat with the FL 1281 November Kilo to the side or rear setback, parking it on an approved and permitted surface, and screening it by a 6-foot fence or hedge, or just removing it from the property.
Sir, if I may, I might have missed something. You have 2 violations.
Correct. One was the
One was
declaration
fixed.
of violation.
We declarated the, so it's just 1 violation.
Right.
The boat trailer.
So how does that time work for you?
Well, if I'm to put a fence around it, which I understand is that's where it is, it would comply.
As long as it's fenced by a 6-foot hedge.
Non-vision fence. I don't know how long that takes, if there's even a permit required for that, or if I can do it myself.
Would you like a little additional time to check the permitting department?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I don't know how long.
How many?
Previous case, we gave 60 days. I think we did the same, and if you run into issues, contact the inspector. They should work with you on this.
Okay.
Because they have to be on an approved surface as well.
Right.
It is on thick paper.
He has papers now.
Thick paper is designed for that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a second.
Okay.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violation on or before March 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in
So you
favor?
got till March 22nd, and
All in favor?
We feel your dilemma, we feel your pain, but that's really all we can do.
Good luck to you. And keep in contact with the inspector.
42 years, no problem.
There you go.
Figures.
Think how many years you've gotten by with it.
What, was it a neighbor complaint? Is that where it came?
That was self-initiated.
Self-initiated, okay.
Okay.
Good luck, Mr. Ingram.
Case number 19-20, fine respondents Jeffrey Rothschild of 600 Edenville Avenue in violation for parking lot services and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is he here? Yes, sir. Hi, sir. Please.
Good afternoon, I'm Jeff Rothschild.
Okay, and your address?
It's 600 Edenville Avenue, Clearwater, Florida.
Okay, Mr. Rothschild, do you admit or deny?
I'm not sure, but I believe I'm denying it.
Okay, if you'll have a seat, we'll...
Okay.
Okay.
Still Ryan Odegaard. This is 600 Edenville Avenue, case 19-20. Number of violations is 1. It's code section 3-1502 K4 for parking lot and driveway surfaces. Notice of violation was sent on October 9th, 2019 with a compliance date of November 9th, 2019. Certified mail was returned unclaimed on November 19th, 2019, and I posted the property on November 13th, 2019. Overview of the property, it's just south of Gulf to Bay and just west of 19 on Edenville Avenue. You can see it highlighted here. And this is the property on day when I first went out to inspect it on October the 9th. And as you can see, the driveway just needs some repair work, a little bit of patchwork, some cracks and heaves, and a big missing chunk. Yesterday when I went out to the property, this is where it's at. He has started demolition. I guess neighbors have started to help, but no permit has been pulled for it, so a stop work order has been issued for it.
Okay. Mr. Rothschild? It appears like your driveway has an issue.
Yes, it does. I hope I'm not too long-winded, but I have to articulate where I stand with all of this. I'm a veteran with post-traumatic stress disorder, stress and anxiety disorder, panic disorder, agoraphobia, and I'm being treated at Moffitt Cancer Center. And so I've had a lot of other issues. And so it's been difficult to, address everything. I've kept the inside of the house very well, and the outside is well painted, and then I take care of my lawns. However, when I was informed about this, I got a notice I was in the hospital. I've been so stressed about things that they thought I was having a stroke, and they found out it was stress myocardia, which means that my vessels bulged so much I could just drop dead from them bursting. So I didn't see the notice to sign for something, but then the gentleman here came by and told me about it, and I tried to explain my situation to him, and I explained that I only make $850 a month. I'm almost 70 years old, and I can't work with my illness, my mental, my mental illness, the PTSD. And so he said, well, you still have to do this. And I have a lot of respect for my neighbors. My neighbor, Lydia Ebert, lost her home, and I took her in. And for 3 years, until she passed away at 105, I spoon-fed her and bathed her every day and took care of her because she was born in a farm in Wisconsin, so she only got like $400 and something Social Security. So neighbors really respect me, and when they heard about all of this, it's kind of funny because they're all mostly older women, but they all showed up, and they tore up my driveway because of my treatment. I can't lift more than 10 pounds. So as you see, they tore up the whole driveway, and they took up a collection And I wake up and they said, go outside. And they pitched in and they bought me 1,600-pound bags of concrete, of cement, to fix the driveway. I'm going to do what I can. I spoke with the social worker at the VA who said that she's going to try to find someone that can try to help me. Otherwise, I have to rely on Google to show me how to pave a driveway. But I've cleaned it off the best I can, and I'll try to put in a new driveway. I need some time because I had to bum $5 today because I couldn't afford an $11 bus pass. Things are that bad. My mortgage is $600. My electric runs $100. My water runs $100, and I have a $30 phone bill. I have less than $50 a month to live on. So.
Sir, you say you're a veteran.
Yes.
My hat's off to you for that.
Thank you.
I wonder if there's things that the VA could do for you. Are you 100% disabled?
Actually, because I had the panic attacks, they suggested I see a psychiatrist.
Are you service connected?
Yes, she looked at my record and she said, Jeff, did you realize that you were diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and all that, almost 20 years ago? And I go, yes, ma'am. She says, why didn't you ever apply for service-connected benefits? And I said, well, I worked for Price Waterhouse for a good salary, and I worked for McKesson Pharmaceuticals for many years.
There's channels that I know of out there. You know, Clearwater has a paint your heart out where they'll come out. If your income is low, they'll paint your heart.
The social worker couldn't find a lot of those. She said that there's an organization within Pinellas County that can lend you at a low interest. I don't know how to pay it, but they would lend you up to $13,000 to address code violations.
You sound like a good, honest man to me. You know, we seek compliance here, and that's what this board is all about. We can give you time. That's about all we could do. So you got to figure out some avenue. I love the story about the older ladies came and...
Well, that's why I wanted to explain why all these older women would come out and dig out the driveway.
Tell them to come back with shovels.
And find me. I don't think they can put it in.
Well, it needs to be permitted anyway.
I'm trying to find a way to do it.
There is. There's connections. Somehow I've got to figure out how to connect the dots for you. And I feel for you.
That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, they told me that I actually, everything that I have wrong with me is 100% service related. They said diagnosis is the big part of the problem, but I've already been diagnosed. So they said you just have to do the paperwork, but it can take up to 2 years to process. At that point, I will be receiving $3,600 a month for the rest of my life, which we should.
Well, then start processing it, right?
Yes, I'm starting that now. I actually, I'm trying to do the paperwork right now.
Mr. Rothschild, keep in contact with the inspector and do the best you can to hook up with some of these agencies and do your paperwork. Yes. We just have to look for compliance in the driveway. Maybe the little old ladies will work some more.
Okay. So here's part
I
of the
can't
problem.
believe they did that.
Sir,
you know, that was a lot of work. And
you're going to need to get a permit for your driveway. Am I correct? Okay. You have that facing you before that work can continue. That's why he stopped you. Okay. And you need, it appears, a lot of time to get it. You have a lot of issues going on here.
Yeah, I took pictures of the cement and where I tore up the driveway, or they tore up the driveway.
Yeah.
And I also had my water heater break.
Okay.
And I got assistance with replacing it, but I had a $480 water bill because of the leaking. So I don't even know how I'm going to pay that.
So first, he denied it.
What could the city consider in extending time versus what has been asked?
Yes, we were just discussing that, and why don't we just give the gentleman 6 months to do that?
Fine, that's great.
That's good, okay.
So what would 6 months be? Where would that put? This is July? We're talking July?
No, July.
July.
This is 1 at 6, 7, July.
July 22nd.
Okay.
So we need a first.
One and
Okay.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Second.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violation on or before July 22nd, 2020, If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such a lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such a lien.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You understand that, sir?
You'll get it, you'll get a copy.
In the meantime, would you please review what needs to be done to meet compliance, please?
Compliance can be met for the driveway by repairing the driveway to ensure that it is free from potholes, cracks, heaves, and maintaining on a regular basis.
And just to
Well,
clarify,
including a permitting
the work would require a permit.
Yes, the route that was taken, it would require a permit. He could have just done a repair and a patch, but with demoing the driveway out now, a permit is required.
He had help that he didn't need.
So the ladies with good intentions.
Good intentions.
Compounded it.
Mr. Rothschild, I know your house, I know your property. I have a friend that lives there at 700, so I've been going over there for 15 years. And there's a lot of men that I know, that I personally talk to, have business, landscaping business on that street, that will be glad to help you. It's not all just old ladies. There's a lot of young men that have their own business. And we wish you luck. I'm glad we could give you more extra time. I'm also a veteran, and I'm also a disabled veteran. You can go through Bay Pines and get certified for your PTSD down there to get your money coming in. Yes, it will take a couple of years, but you have to go through a certified doctor, and they have a special one just for you. That will get your money coming in. But the thing to remember, because you've already torn it apart, you have to get a permit in this next 6 months. Okay. Don't let them little ladies or whoever start working on that again until you get a permit. That's very, very important.
Okay. Right.
No, but just contact this gentleman, Mr. Odegaard, will tell you the route to take on that. Okay? It's not.
Good luck to you,
Good
Mr.
luck,
Rutherford.
Jeff. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Okay. Case 22-20. Williams Asset Conversion, Inc., Trust at 1414 North Mars Avenue, in violation of code for hauling trailer, exterior storage, and inoperative vehicle, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
They are not, but this is a declaration. They have complied.
Okay.
I got tired of sitting here.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violations continue to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Case 3-20, Musumi Katoon at 1407 North Betty Lane, in violation of code for exterior services and door and window openings, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
And just for clarification, board, the last two cases are the same property owner, same property, just one's a code case and one's an unsafe building case.
Okay,
Good evening.
do them separately.
Treat them separate.
Okay. Yes, sir. Do you admit or deny?
Your name,
Admitted.
please, for your...
Russell Martin.
That was just on the admit.
Yes.
Yeah, because whatever they asked me to do, I'm doing it as gradually, but I needed more time for that purpose.
I move to find the respondent in violation as the code is referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Could you have a seat, please, and let's hear from the inspector?
Yes.
Afternoon, board. A recommendation for case 03-20. There's 2 violations: exterior surfaces and doors and windows maintenance. Compliance can be on or before February 22nd, or a fine of $250 per day per violation. And I have photos. I'll pretty much go through the slide because it is a very large property. This is 1407 Betty, just north of Palmetto, just north of the HEP Center. And 1407 comprises this half of this strip mall, the southern half of this strip mall. So all of the properties you see listed are considered under 1407 North Betty. He is in the process of, they've evicted all the commercial properties underneath. They're still in the process of moving out, and I believe one individual.
Only one is now.
Up top, there's actually five apartments up there. So 3 on the north side, 3 on the south side. That'd be 1417 and 1409 and a half.
What is that there? Is that like an overhang parking?
It's just an overhang from the businesses there from 1407 to 1417. And then again, the access to the property or to the apartments are on the back. And just quick overview. We were out there with the police at the time as well on 10/10/2019, going through the property, walking with Mr. Russell and going and explaining all the violations that were at the property. A lot of exterior surface issues, mold, mildew, grime. It's hard to see, and I apologize, but the windows are all chicken wired shut, so there would be no access if there was an emergency where they needed to get out.
Did you say chicken wired?
Chicken wire. There was chicken wire all the way around the outside that they screwed in from the exterior of the home into there. And again, just multitude of paint issues.
So when did you first start on this case?
10/10.
10/10,
Yeah.
okay.
The door with the overhang there, you can see it has been boarded shut. I'm not sure which door or which property underneath, which commercial property that goes to. There was also overgrowth at the property. They did go back. They did start painting the property. However, for like the poles you see here, they've used spray paint. Kind of, I guess, ran out right here. You can see the areas in the back where they've painted and apparently run out of paint or had stopped at the time. So they were in the process of cleaning it. The windows were still have the chicken wire screwed in from the outside.
Are those apartments occupied?
They are.
You say spray paint, you talk about in a can?
Like a can. In the back of the property, they did clean up the overgrowth. However, the back you can see where they started painting and stopped. The doors still boarded shut, and they even have doors with no handles on it. And the exterior, you can see it's just raw wood.
You know what concerns me there? You got people occupying up above, and you say those windows are chicken wired shut. So what if there was a fire?
That was a concern. Also, that the southern half of the access going up into the property, they have to go through a glass door, and that was locked shut at the time. And could not get access up there, and that was something actually the fire department did mention. If there was an emergency or something was going on, the police had no way of accessing it without smashing down the door.
So the fire department does have a report of that?
I don't believe,
That-
they may
that
have a
should be
report,
in here.
but yeah, and we are going back out to the property actually tomorrow with the fire department, with the police.
Yeah, that would be unsafe. I don't know if, oh, you do have that.
Yeah, and that's
next.
Inspector Cantrell,
Gotcha.
so
Right.
that's what I have.
What's his name?
Those tenants know that situation? They know they're in a fire trap there?
The tenants know about it. I mean, they talked to us about it. And they were actually kind of upset because we told them one of the doors you have to take off. The fire
These kind of cases concern me. You know, when was your notice written? How long ago? Your
10/10.
Oh, 10/10, okay. So it's just on the radar.
Right.
Gotcha.
Sir, will you come back again, please?
Yes.
What was your last name?
Martin.
Martin?
Yes.
Why did you deny this? I mean, you're denying that this is an issue?
No, I'm not denying. I said I
You admitted it?
Yes.
No, he admit.
Because I'm working with city one to clean it up, and I needed to what they asking, and I've been doing it at that properties. But the problem is right there, ongoing, is hanging out over there. So I cannot just go and paint myself there is a lot of things going on, and officers, DP, all is working on the places.
How long have you owned this property?
2018, I bought it.
I'm sorry?
2018 in August.
August,
2018.
August of
So you
2018.
bought it, you knew that this was unsafe, right?
Or the
Those windows up there being chicken wired shut.
no, that one at that time, the first when we did that with the fire marshal, with the inspector, that time wasn't.
That was done after?
That one I did not know. That time we not borrow that attention for the chicken wire. Otherwise, I would get it done. And that unit actually we are eviction. Eviction is called. Yeah, she's my management.
Are there children living upstairs?
No.
No, it's adults.
How much time do you need?
At least I believe is we need another 5-6 months because all eviction ongoing. But not for
60 days.
not for the chicken wire to take it out. The other stuff to get a compliance. Make sure everything because it's not only that I need to do repair the roof, which is another one. Is a lot of things involved, and I don't receive any payments so from my retail places.
Right.
So they don't pay me rent.
Well, there's nobody in there, right?
They've been there. That we just process to taking out monthly. Like right now, we have only chicken.
I can just speak a little bit, if I may.
My past, I'm talking.
Yeah. Vicki Dykens, property manager. So Martine
Please.
Dykens, D with a, as in dog, Dykens. And I'm with All County First Choice. So Mr. Martin hired me, middle of December. So, he's got bad tenants in there, so we're in the process of evicting. We've evicted 2 of them. One is left in 1407. Same person is in 1413. 1411. So he's under eviction. They should be out hopefully by the first week of February, I'm thinking. That will clear out a lot of bad threatening blood that's around there, I think, and that will allow him to get workers in there to get the building painted. The door that's boarded up, that tenant is still there, so you hate to go in and remove a door that they've put in place. So I think once those tenants are out of there, he's able to go through and do some work that's needed. The tenants that are upstairs, the doors are locked because just as a safety issue for them and all the loitering that kind of takes place around there. So hopefully, I don't know what the fire marshal will say tomorrow, but hopefully those doors can stay locked. But when I was with the police officers there last week, we did discuss maybe putting a lockbox by those doors to where police did have access to those doors upstairs if needed. So that's really all I have to say. The tenants upstairs are kind of happy that we're getting rid of all the blood downstairs, and once that happens, I think the rest of the place can get cleaned up.
How does the city feel about additional time?
How much time was asked for?
Well, I think this
Recommended?
case,
I just wanted to know how much was recommended.
6 months, he wanted 6 months.
I recommended 30 days, but
why don't you, Inspector, why don't you show how he can rectify your case, and then we could see if he needs more additional time. Because this is just a door and window and exterior surface issue, which, from what I've heard, would be corrected by the end of February anyway, but.
The compliance can be met for exterior surfaces by removing and placing all deteriorating wood, scraping off all peeling paint, and repainting all windows, doors, and exterior surfaces. Remove all mold, mildew, and plant material from the walls. In the door window maintenance, remove the cover on all doors and windows, boards, and chicken wire, and repair or replace as needed.
And you want that done by?
February 22nd.
Yeah, given the safety hazards with the chicken wire and all that, I think going beyond February 22nd would be irresponsible on our part.
I agree.
I don't see why it couldn't be done in that time.
Sir, you have a business there. That property is your business, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you're doing it to make money.
Rental, yes.
Okay. And so you're getting income in.
Let's do
You
the
need to divert
22nd
some of that to the safety issues that the city's addressed for you.
And that's why I'm working with.
Quickly.
Yes. And the thing
This is nothing new. This is now 5 months.
and the reason being
Yes.
is I try to go there. Is a lot of people is I have to call the DP, so every time I want to go there now, I have to call. But soon we get another one is out, I have more flexibility to go there because nobody are
You
loading
need to
it.
evict them, and the thing is, fortunately, as I understand it, commercial businesses and so forth do not get the same protection as residential people do renting property. So you should be able to evict them almost immediately.
Yes, that's why she's doing it. That purpose. But yeah, chicken wire, I try to, the problem is like, it's been there back and forth myself to go and do that
Okay.
because it's so many hanging out problems.
Well, here's the thing.
That's why city and DP want, they want me, and I do not receive any renting income.
Well, that's the problem. But the thing is, I doubt very much the situation was any different in 2018, and you bought it, and you got with it everything that came with it, and it's yours, and you need to take care of it.
Let me have an order, second order.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before February 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, and settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay,
Good luck
sorry.
to
Good luck to you.
Stay in touch with your man there.
Wait, we got another case.
I
Thank
think the lady that's
You're welcome.
being paid.
Well, and then the next one comes up, same individual.
Case 2530,
Same people.
same people.
I mean, 2520, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, 2520. 5 respondents at 1407 North Betty Lane in violation of code for unsafe building and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Does she admit or does?
So one was doors and windows and the other's unsafe building, is that what we're looking at, a difference?
Yes.
What?
One's doors and windows and the other was unsafe building. Two separate,
Yeah, same building.
same building.
Yeah.
Do you,
Now it's unsafe.
yeah. Do you admit or deny the allegations?
Yeah, I admit it. He explained to me to repair the roof. I just mentioned that, which is I'm working on it. And reason the problem is hardship is very hard because I don't have the income coming last 6-7 months.
Was that a yes on the admit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Cantrell?
I move to find respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Feedback this?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay,
So, Jason Cantrell, Building Inspector, City of Clearwater, again, 1407 North Betty. This property is located off of Betty Lane, just north of Palmetto. And again, this is an overview of the whole plaza, 2 separate parcels, approximately where that line is. We're dealing with Mr. Mateen on the right side here, the south end of that plaza. Again, I was just going to show here that there's commercial businesses on bottom and residential up top. This is the doorway to the 3 apartments on the left side of the property as you're looking from the front. You can see the door has been removed and is blocking egress. As you go up to those apartments, the roof, the flat roof in between the 2 is completely accessible by the tenants or anybody. The problem I have with that is it was designed for a certain amount of live load, and with access being readily available, the tenants are free to put whatever kind of load up there that they want. That could cause a collapse. That's speculation, but it could happen. The railing that you see here, the issue with this is it's anchored into these 4x4 blocks. However, those blocks are not anchored to the roof. So it's not properly designed and installed. Again, up on that flat roof, this is on the apartment wall on the right-hand side. On the exterior, you could see some unsafe electrical issues not properly protected. This is the back of the property. You'll see that flat roof area up there. You can see how it's readily accessible to the folks on the right-hand side from this view. You can see a doorway is also blocked off there. In that corner of the building on the left side there, if you look down, you will see the yellow plumbing pipes that are not properly connected. The commercial tenants do not have any hot water. They have to come outside here to get their hot water. And as you can see, it's starting to erode near the footing, just creating an unsafe issue there. The standoff for the electrical incoming into the structure is supposed to have a 200-pound pull. You can see here it has 0 pull. It is pulled right out of the wall. Just another view of the back of the property. This is inside one of the commercial tenant spaces. You can see the air conditioning ducts are not properly connected, and they could circulate contamination throughout the building.
What kind of businesses are in there?
There used to be a church on the corner.
No food?
Not at this end of the plaza, no. There was a clothing store, a recording studio. Here you can see there's some covers missing on the electrical. That's unsafe. The dead front, the entire front cover of the electrical panel is missing here. Again, in another one of the commercial tenant spaces, the cover is missing. This is on the roof of one of the commercial tenant spaces. There, you can see the junction box up there. The electrical is not properly sealed in that box. You can also see that there has been some leaking through the roof, causing an issue. Exit sign missing. This is just showing more leaking of the roof. And these are in the commercial tenant spaces. This is one area that it has collapsed through. You can see the trusses or the joists up there starting to rot. And this is showing the ceiling collapsing again in one of the tenant spaces, commercial tenant spaces. I do have a photo that one of the tenants brought in and wanted me to show.
How about complaints from neighbors or police or fire?
Yes, nonstop. I live down the street from it. I understand what you're dealing with. I thank you for the willingness to try to clean it up, because it's not only an eyesore, it's constant loitering, it's trash everywhere, it's broken bottles, glass, as we're seeing. So I appreciate, but investing in something like that doesn't just take a willingness. Obviously, it takes a lot of capital, and I hope you have that, because this is extremely unsafe, and that's not a paint and a paintbrush and tape fix. There's a lot of questions, obviously, with that property.
And we have been trying to work with Mr. Mateen with time, because he has been trying to evict the commercial tenants. I don't know if you're evicting the residential tenants or not.
Only one.
Okay. And I can understand with the amount of loitering, it is difficult for him to make repairs and not get destroyed. However, at some point we have to move forward. I understand he needs to evict. But anyway, the corner commercial property was formerly a church. The tenant brought this photo in now, showing that the ceiling is starting to collapse more, that metal right here, this metal brace is starting to, I guess, fall to the side, and he is now bracing the wall from collapsing.
Is that occupied?
I believe he is still in this property.
It's 1407. They are still in there.
This is terrible. This looks like Irma went through there.
I'm sorry, you need to speak into the microphone.
I'm sorry, repeat your question.
I said, this is terrible. This is above and beyond. You set yourself up for a lawsuit, somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, so the tenants that are, I don't think there's any kind of businesses going on there. What I've seen through the windows, there just is a bunch of storage. The tenants that we vacated out of there Thursday, they only were housing dogs. And then the other one was vacant. This guy has items in there that they're working on getting out, but I don't, so.
So what's your plans? What's your
Well,
strategy?
you know, my hope for Mr. Martin is once these commercial tenants are out of there, you can go in there and start fixing this stuff up. But they're big, threatening people, and
Who's they? Who's
the tenants that occupy the space.
Call the police.
Well, and they've been there to try to help
Keep calling
us, but, you know, they're not there a lot, the doors are locked, and.
Keep calling them. If something happens, then they're on the record for it.
Yeah, like I said, I've
Been
doing this for
You're
a
not
couple
coming
months,
across
so.
to me like you're gung-ho to do it. It's like, yeah, well.
Well, you know, we filed eviction, so once they're out of there, I'm hoping Mr. Martin will take care of all these issues because the building is in bad repair.
This is to me, a very complicated thing because who's going to rent there if the exterior loitering and that atmosphere exists?
Who's going to
That's a real
fix this?
problem,
He
yeah.
already says he doesn't have the funds.
Yeah.
You're going to do this, sir?
Yes, we're gonna fix the roof company. Jason just said railing, I already talked to them.
And you're going to do this by February 22nd? No funds?
The needed time for the roofing, because soon they move.
We need
then
an unsafe building then.
And then we can, easy process to get it in there and do whatever we need to.
You
And
bought
I'm gonna
this
call,
5 months ago?
Huh?
When did you buy this? A year ago?
2018 in August, but we did.
Where's the urgency been?
No, we did the compliance before they had. We corrected, and then they doing again. So that's the problem. Like they're not supposed to keep the dog. They do the keep the dog.
You got to call the police.
And the dog. I asked him, dog is allowed? Yes, they have allowed. How we can take it out? You cannot touch.
Okay, you would leave the
Can I-
door open.
So
Second
this
motion.
is the city has a rules. You cannot have a. We know if we cannot have a dog, but is when I asked the city, and they said if they can have a dog, no problem.
I think we need to hear his recommendation on this one.
What's your
Well,
recommendation?
Your future leases need to exclude.
Oh yes.
You got that.
And that officer DP will be involved and make sure they are, and plus she will be doing that. That's why I had the management so they can do proper whoever coming to get that place to rent it in the future.
Mr. Cantrell, what is the roof condition over the residential portion? Is that, they're okay, or?
I do not know, I have not seen that up there.
Okay.
One of the tenants said that one of those ceilings collapsed, however,
Okay,
I
so it
have-
leaks too. Good chance that it leaks.
that's
Yeah,
what I've been
Inspector-
told, but I have not seen it.
Inspector Jewett said there was problems with the roof, I believe,
I
on the
believe,
residential side.
I think those are commercial, isn't it?
Mr. Jewett was looking at the residential, the first case of it. Didn't you say something about the roof in question?
No, I did not say.
Did you go look at the roof?
My issues cover both residential and the commercial property.
Commercial, I know
We
is.
haven't
roof
had
is bad,
access
yeah.
to a couple of those commercial properties, and I've never been inside any of the residential at the time.
What did you say about the fire department? You're going back there?
We are going back tomorrow with police, fire, coming, a couple of the properties that he did evict out. We
So
could
then
not
you'll
have
get more
access
of a
to
report,
again.
too.
We're going to go back in and take a look at the properties again. But it's going to be for the entire
Good.
strip mall.
I would definitely keep that appointment.
Mr. Cantrell, what's your recommendation here?
Nicole, can we go back? Thank you. Okay, for compliance to be met for the unsafe structure, repair or replace any areas where deterioration or damage exists to meet current Florida building codes. Complete demolition of the structure is also an option for compliance, and all work must be properly permitted. The city is requesting compliance on or before February 22nd, 2020, or a fine of $250 per day that the violation continues to exist. Additionally, we're asking the board to authorize the city of Clearwater to enter onto the property to correct the violations by any means necessary and any reasonable cost to be applied as liens against the property. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
Second motion. I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before February 22nd, 2020. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day for each day the violation continues to exist. And the city may take all responsible actions, including entry onto the property, to bring the property into compliance and charge the respondent with all costs, which will become a lien on the property. If the costs, fines, and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Good luck to you.
Got his hands full.
Okay, may I have a motion to accept the affidavits of compliance?
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Sorry, who made the motion? Who made the motion? You did, please?
Okay.
All in favor? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. We're all happy with
I
that.
think we're ready to move or something.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how she keeps up with it is.
Case 124. Other board action, is that letter?
Probably. What I do with it. Oh, here it is.
I think something needs to light a fire on his ass. I see everything on that shit. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's it or not.
It's part of, it's coming from.
Case 12419,
120.
request to stop lien accrual
I have
for
one.
James A. Mann. Pardon me?
Ms. Johnson,
5-2.
we're on 5.2.
Okay.
Affidavits of noncompliance.
There you
Cute.
go.
You slipped those in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I have a motion to accept the affidavits?
Excuse me, Board.
Do we have any individual?
I don't think anyone's here, but just before we get into that, the city's going to withdraw 5.3 because property has come into compliance. We're going to file an affidavit of compliance. Excuse me, we're going to file an affidavit of compliance in that case.
Okay.
So the board, we would ask that the board not take any action on 5.3. For 5.4, we would request that the board continue that case to February to give the property owner another month to comply. I've been in contact with that property owner's attorney, and if they comply by February's board hearing, we'll withdraw that affidavit, put in an affidavit of
compliance.
If they don't comply, we'll just bring it back before you and ask for fines retroactive to.
I'll make a motion right now, Madam Chairman.
Yes.
Okay. Regarding case 184-19, continue this case to the February board meeting, 2020.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. Okay. So we take these separately?
5, 6.
You can accept the rest of them as one. However, I do want to point out that there was correspondence provided to you in your packs today regarding 5.2. You don't, it's just for you to.
Why don't we accept the ones where there were no correspondence and there's no one here,
So that's 5, 5.
which I believe is 5.1, 5.5, 5.6, and then we'll go on. We'll do 5.
Just 5, 5, and 5, 6.
I move to accept the affidavit of noncompliance for cases 5.5 and 5.6 and issue an order that states that fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
So 5.2.
5.2 is what the letter is in reference to?
Yes. The homeowner's been in contact with myself and Inspector Fletcher regarding work that's apparently going on today. So you are now informed.
We are informed.
Yes.
So what is the city's?
What?
Should we continue that case to next month? Would the city agree to that, or?
We're talking about 5.2 and 5.2.
5.2 only.
5.2 only?
Yeah.
Well, they filed bankruptcy, and what's the issue with the, is they have a contract?
The first contractor no show.
Vicki, what, okay.
Or I should say, do you know anything about this property or what's going on?
Well, she came to code board and they found her in violation, so when the date came, she called and said she needed more time, so I gave her another month.
Okay.
Then she hired a contractor the day that the work was supposed to be done. She called and said that she filed bankruptcy. I haven't heard from her since, and all of a sudden today she started calling Nicole and I saying that she's hired another contractor and he's there today.
Is that a little bit too much?
Like we've given a
Well,
lot.
I know, I mean, it was, the compliance date was a while ago.
Was this the lady that was here last month that was crying? No.
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 So she waits till the 11th hour, is that what you're saying?
And we keep giving more
She's
time.
not saying that, but you know she doesn't.
So what do you want to do?
But she writes a nice letter.
We accept this, make a motion to accept
This, accept this or accept this?
Accept it from the city.
So you're.
Let's have a motion to accept the affidavit of noncompliance.
I move to accept the affidavit of noncompliance, not talking about 5.2,
But I do mostly residential.
and issue an order that states if fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay. All right.
Want to do those in a bundle?
What?
The,
Well, we got
Right.
12419.
Right.
Case 124-19, request to stop lien accrual for James A. Mack at 1743 Harbor Drive in violation of code for clean roof, lot clearing, inoperative vehicle, exterior storage, and boat trailer parking. Do we have a letter or anything about that?
No, I don't know.
Mr. Jewett's going to tell us.
If there's no one here for it, the rules do allow you to just find them in violation and issue.
Well, this was a request from inspector.
He wants to stop lien. He wants us to stop it.
Yes.
Has he complied?
He has not. I'm trying to apologize, and I can't seem to find the case here.
Okay. He hasn't solved the problem.
There it is.
Why do you want us to bring it up?
Just to give you a quick reminder, this was 1743 Harbor. We brought it, I believe, in August of last year for multiple violations. A lot of issues with the backyard, trying to get back under the fence. He had so much stuff in the back that it was just overflowing into the backyard. Since we gave him time to comply, he has not come into compliance. This was taken on 9/24. Still has items back there, still has his cars up front. See, the tires haven't moved. We'll go back on 113, the tires haven't moved still. There's other items just scattered throughout the back, and if I got a better angle, this is what we could see into the backyard. So we're asking, we want to abate the property. We want to go in and, he has racked up $1,000 a day since, I believe, August or September. It's quite a bit, so he's apparently not getting the message, so we were requesting for an abatement order.
So do we just deny it?
No. You would need to approve the lien accrual to stop. You would need to approve to stop the lien accrual.
Would that be a nuisance abatement
Something like
lien?
that.
Just approve the request.
Yeah.
Oh, just, I moved
Why are we approving
Page
this?
8.
Because they have to stop the accrual.
Just,
for them
I
to
don't
then
think
start
it's
the
written
abatement.
out.
Gotcha, okay. Can I have a motion?
For which one? Nuisance abatement?
Case 124.
Stop the accrual.
Approve.
What page was
I'd like to make a motion on behalf of case 124-19 to request a stop lien accrual for Mr. Mack at 1743 Harbor Drive.
Approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
So will that come before us in the future as a
Probably
Are
next.
you gonna come back with a
It'll
declaration
go-
request?
It'll come back once, now that it's stopped, I can go out there and post the property.
Okay.
They're gonna get 5 days to get rid of it, and then,
Can I ask another?
There's a good chance we'll see it
So-
next month.
yes, sir.
We already gave him time, he's past that time, so he is accruing fees now,
He
right?
was up until this point now. I think he was up well past $120,000.
Oh,
And he'll
jeez.
come back to us as a repeat.
He's gonna have to sell those cars.
I'm sorry,
I said he's gonna have to sell those cars.
I think he'll have to sell a lot more than that.
I mean, how does the city shut itself of these things? What's the process? Is the next process repeat?
You just say
Well,
no?
what I think what Inspector Jewett will do is he'll post a new notice that says, clean up your property, or else we're gonna come to code board in February and ask the code board to allow us to clean up the property. Then we'll come back in February and ask the board for a nuisance abatement order, or whatever you wanna call it, to allow us to go onto the property to clean it. Once we have that order, the general process is for the inspector to contract out with the contractor, to come out and clean up the property.
Yeah.
And then that money, assuming this isn't a homestead property, comes to the lien on the property.
It seems like he's ignoring us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've given him plenty of time to comply.
He's been there for other cases as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Not good.
All right.
Nuisance abatement lien
No,
file?
we need a motion to appoint the chair, please. Or reappoint
Election
the
of
chair.
officers.
Why don't we take care of number 7, then go to that last? Is there a reason?
No, it's just in order.
But
It's board
It's a
action.
logical order. I don't understand it.
Well, it wouldn't go under nuisance abatement lien file.
And he'll be
I mean,
the
we
vice
can
chair.
do it, then we can do that. I mean, leave it last.
I'm only here till October.
I'm surprised it came up.
That's what the chair calls
Yeah,
for.
like, yeah,
Yeah, that's every January.
every January.
I can't believe a year went that fast.
I mean, I would do it, but I'm up in January
We need open
or
discussion here.
October.
Need what?
Open discussion.
Yes,
Open, yeah.
I couldn't hear the discussion.
Oh, you know, my term expires in October, so it's not a full year. Could I still be vice or,
Absolutely.
oh, okay. I mean, I would continue if you'd have me, I don't care.
You've been fine.
It'll keep you out of trouble then.
You want to, Madam Chair, you want to stay?
On my death
Sure,
sentence.
I'll stay.
I'd like to make a motion, Madam Chair. I'd
Yes,
like to nominate you for a term for this current year as chairman of this board.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, got that?
I would stay as vice if you'll have me.
Okay, that's fine. You make the
Nominate.
nomination.
Make a motion to nominate Wayne as a vice chair of this board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And a raise,
You got it.
Oh, darn, you waited too long to ask.
more money.
Missed your chance.
All right.
All right, we'll keep going, Wayne.
What else we got here?
So for the next, you can accept them all, since it appears nobody is here for those cases, the nuisance abatement.
Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the nuisance abatement lien hirings?
I make a motion that we accept the nuisance abatement lien
This
filing.
one, the declaration, except for
Minus
case
7.
3920.
Except for what?
Case 3920,
My apologies.
3920?
yes.
I rescind that motion. I make a new motion that we accept the nuisance abatement lien filings except for case number 3920, 39-20.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. What happens to 3920?
We need a declaration of violation,
Okay.
please.
I move, in regards to case 3920, I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit of this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to amend in order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may impose a daily fine and order the city to take all reasonable actions to abate and maintain the nuisance, including entry onto the property, and charge the respondent with those costs, fines, and fees which become a lien on the property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We're adjourned.
Yay! Good job, guys.
Crazy busy.